Providence is alive with thousands of people flocking to PVD Fest. Good evening, I'm Brittany Schaefer. And we begin tonight with breaking news. The body of a man has been pulled from the water here in Lincoln Woods. Witnesses say they saw a kayak flip over and the man never resurfaced. Scenes like these playing out across the country today. Tens of thousands of people in more than 400 cities, including right here in Rhode Island. Former President Donald Trump and his allies remain unapologetic despite evidence presented Thursday during the latest January 6th House Select Committee hearing. It was a busy morning for fire crews across Massachusetts due to this 4-alarm fire. Flames erupted in a mixed-use structure around 4 o'clock this morning in Taunton. A storm caused whiteout conditions yesterday. Take a look at this side street, just coated in about an inch of snow, but that didn't stop some people from getting food delivered. Well, the GOAT is calling it quits, or so people say. Infections spiked 45% from the previous week and have more than doubled since the beginning of this month. We'll check in with Kayla Fish in New Bedford in a minute, but first, Erica Ritchie is live in Providence, where it looks like a winter wonderland, but as Brittany Trumpy just mentioned, the temps don't feel quite as wonderful. Washington has the city buzzing. Republican House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy was seemingly caught in a lie. Cross off swimming.
Yeah.
I touched the water yesterday.
Much?
Hurt.
Too cold.
Painful.
Burned.
Wait till July. So the sun's not doing enough, but you know, it's January.
So a coat, boots, scarf,
everything.
And goggles or sunglasses.
Now time to clear out our cars. Fires are connected and are now officially being investigated as arson. Now, one of the fires happening here, we have seen dozens of people walking along this dock with ropes and bumpers in hand. You can see there's an extra line. He was waiting at this bus stop when he heard kids screaming, and it was over in this area right in front of this restaurant. He tells me the car hit an embankment where the impact can still be seen. Just feet away, there's car debris still scattered in the spot. The two teens lost their lives. An argument and a fight that ensued leading onto the street here where shots were fired, some bullets even hitting this home. They're searching for an 11-year-old girl and a 30-year-old man. Now, multiple agencies have been searching this water. Let me show you just how slick these road conditions are. You can see just sliding. It looks like pavement, but again, this is black ice. Are actually sleeping right now. It may be the only chance they get in the next 48 hours, making now really the calm before the storm. The off-duty officer first hit this pole where you can see there's splintered wood left behind. This portion of the ground is just completely charred. You can see some of the brush is still smoking. A thick layer of sleet that has come down. That is not snow. This was cleared earlier. Cranston police say when they were arresting a suspect in this intersection, another ATV driver ran over a Cranston police officer, and these cameras caught it all right during rush hour. Let's give you a live look at the road conditions, which have really just continued to get worse over the past hour. The event is just getting underway. I'm talking a little quietly because you can see behind me Dr. Philip Chan of the Rhode Island Department of Health is currently giving an update. A 17-hour standoff forcing some neighbors to take shelter in their homes.
Inside, please, for your safety.
Others forced to stay out.
I ended up just driving to my sister's house for the night.
The chaos started yesterday afternoon. Officers were called to Stephanie Drive after neighbors allegedly heard a gunshot. When they arrived, they saw Gino Rotundo with an AR-15 style rifle go inside the home, a place he wouldn't leave until the following day.
We were all tired.
Police immediately evacuated the area and warned residents to shelter in place for safety. North Providence Police Chief Alfredo Ruggiero says the incident started after someone allegedly assaulted Rotundo's wife. That alleged suspect called police after Rotundo fired a single shot at him and missed. Police say the 56-year-old then barricaded himself inside, with his 54-year-old wife allegedly staying to support him. Chief Ruggiero says negotiators lost contact with the couple around 4 a.m.
We lost communication, and Miss Lombardi sent out that help on Facebook. We were concerned something may have happened.
As a result, state police and a SWAT team were called in. Then, around 8 a.m., Rotundo surrendered. The 56-year-old was transported to the hospital for a psych evaluation. His wife is at police headquarters being treated as a victim. Neighbor Georgette Halleck tells me a standoff is shocking for this area, but wasn't surprised at the house at the center of it all.
I used to see this guy, and I wasn't feel comfortable when I saw him. He looked different, always like stressed. I used to see the police cop every couple months or whatever in his house.
And I looked at Rotundo's court records, which reveal a lengthy criminal history. A dozen felony charges and over 30 arrests, including one just last month. Live in North Providence, I'm Brittany Schaefer, 12 News. Barrington native Michael Druckman has been living out of a suitcase for a month and a half now after he and his family evacuated their home in Kyiv.
It's a strange feeling to know that everything in your home is still there, exactly as it was when you left, but it may not be there tomorrow.
The Rhode Islander turned Ukrainian works for the International Republican Institute that helps countries during democratic transition, a cause Russian President Vladimir Putin is fighting against. But after 5 weeks of war, Druckman tells me Russia's fight is weakening.
The center of Kyiv is holding, and we're seeing some withdrawal of Russian troops from that area as Putin looks to potentially redeploy them to the east.
Ukrainian forces have managed to stop them just on the outskirts of the city. The Russians stopped 10 kilometers from my house.
The 6-mile close call is one Tarasbeek is experiencing firsthand as he refuses to leave his Kyiv home. Ukraine's forces have defied odds, keeping the capital of Kyiv under control amid continuous attacks. Other cities haven't been as fortunate.
The situation was terrible there. The population of those cities were thousands of people. Not many of them managed to evacuate on time, and they were simply shot by Russians. There are graves of civilians just on the yards of their houses.
Others have had close calls rushing to bomb shelters. An incident Providence resident Lily Madero saw through video chat earlier this week while helping a Ukrainian student learn English.
Pretty scary moment. She actually had to leave mid-session because there was a military plane that was flying right over her house. Really disheartening to see that she has to go through this.
Beek tells me Ukraine will win this war. His concern is the price his people will have to pay.
The price of our soldiers, the price of our civilians, it's already thousands of people.